Do you really need a real estate agent to sell or buy a house? Maybe you don't. In today's video, let's talk about why you may not need a realtor. Real estate DIY, and what does a real estate agent do anyways besides harass your IG feed with real estate trivia and motivational quotes? Stick around because this can save you a lot of time, stress, and money. Hey everyone, my name is Adrian Ornelas. I'm a real estate agent, real estate broker here in Las Vegas, and I've been helping people buy and sell homes for 19 years. Today we're tackling the question that no real estate agent wants you to ask, whether you actually need a real estate agent or if you can do it alone and do some real estate DIY. And yes, I'll give you the honest truth about why you might not need us at all. First, let's talk about what a real estate agent actually is. Think of us like a sports agent for your biggest asset. When an athlete negotiates a contract, does that athlete sit across the team executives alone? Of course not. His agent knows the market, the rules, the strategies, and fights for every dollar for that athlete. They know what the sports team is looking to pay and what they don't want to pay for that they maybe should. And this is how, when the home hits the market, your home becomes a valuable draft. Your home is likely your biggest financial asset. Shouldn't it have the same level of professional representation as an athlete? We know the Las Vegas market intimately, the negotiation tactics, and how to navigate the complex contract process that can make or break a real estate deal. The paperwork is not out of this world, but it is something to get used to that takes years of comprehension and could definitely alter things for your transaction. What does real estate agent mean? This is the reason I call myself a real estate agent and I never say realtor. So let's talk about what's the definition of agency. An agent is an individual or an entity authorized to act on behalf of another individual or organization. The agent may be employed to negotiate, represent, and transact business activities for the principal, meaning you. In essence, the agent acts in the name of and on behalf of the principal, having been given and assumed some degree of authority to do so. My clients are entrusting in me that I make sure that I have the best outcome for them above anything else, and that's why I prefer to call myself an agent rather than a realtor. What does a real estate agent do all day anyways? Well, let's get into a quick rundown because it is a slow-cooking, time-intense job that has more work than meets the eye. And yes, I know that everyone's job feels that way, but let me tell you. If you're a good real estate agent, you are doing perpetual market research. This is how you stay informed 24/7 of how many homes are selling, not selling, and in what locations every day. This allows us to provide an accurate pricing strategy for sellers and buyers. You don't want to overpay or get less money for your home than you would have. Agents also work on listing preparation, marketing, coordinating cleaners, stagers, photographers, sometimes even doing those things ourselves to make sure that it gets done on time and correctly. Our MLS system is unmatched, and we pay for it every year. Every website you have ever gone on gets their information from us and not the other way around. We actually have to meet with people and discuss the real life aspects before it goes online for everyone to see, and that has to be planned ahead of time. Scheduling and hosting showings is not as simple as inviting everyone and saying, hey, welcome to this house. We all know that you would not just let anyone in your home. We as agents are a trusted and licensed network with a common goal, ethics, and a license that you don't want to lose by doing something stupid. But I do have to be honest, the bar for entry is definitely too low, but not easy enough to just get a license easily. If you have a criminal conviction or any other license issues, you will not be able to get a real estate license. So what does a real estate agent do? The list continues, so let's catch up later in the video to continue that list. Let me tell you why I really understand the DIY temptation. Recently, I ordered what I thought were ready-to-build kitchen cabinets. How hard could it be, right? Well, let me tell you, it was like someone shipped a disassembled card with a manual written hieroglyphics. I didn't have the right tools, the expertise, or honestly, the time to take care of that. Even my handyman, who can fix anything, looked at this project and said, yeah, you're gonna need a professional. After wasting valuable time and a lot of regret, I called the cabinet pros. What should have taken me weeks took them 2 days, and it actually looked professionally done. And that's when it hit me. This is exactly what happens when people try to sell their home without an agent. Market expertise. The Las Vegas market changes constantly. What worked in Henderson last month might not work in Summerlin today. We live and breathe these micro markets, hyperlocal price trends, and buyer behaviors. It's a time investment. Just like I didn't have time to become a cabinet expert, most people don't have 40+ hours to properly market their home, screen buyers, manage showings. We do this full time so you don't have to. A professional network. We have relationships with inspectors, lenders, title companies, contractors, and other agents. These connections can save deals when things go sideways, and trust me, something always goes sideways. Back to the list of what a real estate agent does. Negotiation skills. Look, everyone loves to get a good deal, and your intuition is probably right many times, but many times it is not based on what is actually happening today, and we have that. Ultimately, you as the buyer or seller will have the final decision, but we advised or should advise based on what's happening today. Negotiating a real estate deal requires experience, strategy, and thick skin. You may not like that offer you receive from a buyer or having your offer rejected, but we are that buffer that makes the process less emotional and more analytical. Heck, sometimes I have to be the calm reason between other agents as well, because many times agents panic. And that is just a shed show, but we march on and we make the deal happen. Agents also don't know how to keep calm sometimes. When things go wrong, you want someone who can guide you through that. I see so many times when the seller says, but hey, I spend this much money to put this thing in, only for the buyer just to say, oh, I'm gonna take that out as soon as I buy this house. And this is insulting, but is it really important to ultimately sell the home at the price that you as a seller are asking for? I don't think so, but it can crush a sale if it's not controlled correctly. Legal bumpers. Real estate agents are not attorneys or anything near that, but real estate law changes every so often, and so do new regulations, disclosure requirements, and contract modifications that happen regularly. We have these forms and procedures in place set up by our association attorneys to allow for this entire process of selling or buying your home to go smoothly. Here's another example of DIY. You wouldn't shoot your own wedding photos, right? Sure, your photo takes great pictures, but your wedding photographer understands lighting, timing, equipment, and has backups for everything. They've invested years of perfecting their craft. Same with video production. My videographer didn't just buy a camera and call himself a pro, right? He spent years learning lighting, sound, editing software, and constantly adapts to new technology. Real estate is the same. We've invested years understanding market psychology, contract law, negotiation strategies, and we're constantly improving our skills. Honestly, we have to. So let's be honest, are there people who can sell their own home? Absolutely. If you're a retired attorney and have unlimited time, a background in marketing, nerves of steel, and you enjoy negotiating with strangers about your biggest asset, go for it. There's discount services out there, but here's the thing about trying to save money with a discount service. It's like buying the cheapest parachute. Many times what you save yourself in commission gets eaten up by pricing mistakes, negotiation errors, or deal failures. You see this a lot when homeowners sell to those We Buy Homes Cash advertisement or commercials, or to a random investor, or even Open Door or any of those. They are paying you less than the market would for sure if you put it on the market and list it with a real estate agent. Look, I'll be honest, some people absolutely hate realtors. Maybe they had a bad experience with someone who didn't communicate well, wasn't responsive, or didn't fight for your interest. That's on us as an industry to do better, but after 19 years and hundreds of satisfied clients here in Las Vegas, I can tell you that most people choose to work with agents because we're a trusted choice. We're accountable, we're licensed, we're insured, and our reputation depends on our success. This is why experience does matter, not how long have you been doing it, but your body of work that does and shows what you have done. When you may not need a real estate agent, there are exceptions. If you're an investor doing multiple deals, you have extensive real estate knowledge, unlimited time, and you're comfortable with all the legal risk. You might be fine with going solo, but that's maybe only about 5% of the population that does it. So do you need a real estate agent? Technically, no. Should you use one? For most people, absolutely yes. Just like I needed those cabinet professionals or my videographer, most homeowners need someone who does this every day, knows the market inside out, and can navigate complexities while you focus on your busy life. If you're thinking about buying or selling here in Las Vegas, I would love to chat about your specific situation. Drop a comment below or reach out directly. And if you found this video helpful, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I share real estate insights every week. So what's your biggest concern about working with a real estate agent? Let me know in the comments. My name is Adrian Ornelas, and I will see you on the next one.